Ruslan sat down with Orthodox priest Father Peter, and they talked about an interesting topic. Can a Christian be sinless on this side of eternity? And the answer might shock you. But with that being said, Ruslan's going to press this Orthodox priest on this topic.
So are you saying that you can be sinless on this side of eternity?
Sinless in the sense
without
of
sin, like you can get to a place where
can we not commit sin?
Can we not just commit sin? Yes, you cannot commit sin.
Yeah.
You cannot look at porn. You cannot lust after a woman. You cannot lie. You cannot cheat. You cannot steal. But I'm saying where someone in their state are no longer have the Adam sinful nature
absolutely.
over them. They can remove original sin from them.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes. Well, because
that's the conclusions of glorification here and now.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I mean, what is baptism, confirmation, and communion but the wiping away and overcoming and doing away with the sin of Adam? In other words, the sin of the forefathers, the impact of that sin.
Do you guys view sin as just breaking of commandments, or do you guys also view sins of omission, of things you should do that you don't do?
Sin is missing the mark.
Okay.
Right? That's actually the English word
yes,
for the term. Right?
As we can see here, this Orthodox priest does hold to this theology that you can be sinless on this side of earth, that you can obtain this removal of original sin and live a life without sin. That is a very dangerous teaching. That actually contradicts the scriptures tremendously. We have to understand that there is only one sinless individual ever to walk this earth. That was Jesus Christ. 2 Corinthians 5:21 makes it clear. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 15 makes it clear. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 22 also makes that clear, that Jesus Christ is the only sinless individual to step foot on this earth. Now, with that being said, let's see what else is said in this discussion.
So I would say in this life, absolutely, people can obtain to the life before the fall of Adam and much more.
So this Orthodox priest is doubling down on this and saying, absolutely, you can be sinless on this earth. There are plenty of men who've been before us who have been like that, even claiming that the apostles themselves were sinless. But that actually goes against what we see in Romans chapter 7, verses 15 to 24, where we actually see Paul talking about the sin that he, in fact, still struggles with. And lastly, we see clearly in 1 John chapter 1, verse 8, where it says, if we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves and the truth is not in us. Guys, this teaching that this Orthodox priest is teaching and holds to, I'm not sure if all Orthodox Christians kind of hold to this theology, but he does. And this goes against what the scriptures teach. When we become in our glorified state, when we have no sin, is the day we are in glory with the Lord. Until then, we as Christians, sadly, are still going to miss the mark. We are still going to fall short of God's glory. We are still going to sin. Listen, if we could live a life on this side of eternity without sin, there would be no need for Jesus Christ to go to the cross, die for our sins, and be raised on the third day. There would be no need for the blood of Christ to wash over us and make us as white as snow. There would be no need for that because we can become sinless on our own. This is a works-based teaching. You work enough, you don't commit sin, you obey the commands, you do this, you do this, you do this. It is a works-based teaching that says if you can work your way to a certain point, you can be sinless. Yes, there are times in our lives when we can strongly press against sin. But there are times in our lives when that temptation will overtake us. So be aware of this dangerous teaching out there that we can actually obtain sinlessness here on earth. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the BTteam Ministry YouTube channel, as well as drop a like, leave a comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, you might like this one over here.